wind. And you can see wind at work as it blows during the dry leaves down the pavements or uproots trees during a storm. Now we can see other things. There are three type of winds. Broadly, if you divide the wind of the whole globe, there are three major types. First one is the permanent wind. They are also known as, they are of three types. The first one is trade winds, then westerlies, then easterlies. If you see this figure, you can see that northeast trade winds and then southeast trade winds, they both merges at the equatorial low pressure area, that is the doldrum. Then prevailing westerlies on the north and the south, then polar easterlies on the north and the south. So all these are the permanent winds and they actually blow constantly throughout the year in the particular direction. The direction won't change. Then second type of winds are known as seasonal winds. These winds actually change the direction in the different directions. For example, monsoons in India. See, monsoons in India comes from the southwesterly winds and they will come only in the months of June up to September. So whenever their season will come, they will come. That type is known as local winds. They blow actually only during a particular period of a day or year in a small area. For example, land and sea breeze, and also the Lu, and Lu is the hot and dry local wind of northern plains of India. Cyclone we will discuss. It is a natural disaster, and this is the given that on the October 1999, a major cyclone hits the Odisha coast and caused various and widespread destruction. And we'll see all these. Cyclone comes with heavy rainfall, low pressure area. Cyclone is associated with low pressure area, sea surface temperature increase, and also cyclonic wind caused tidal waves inland and brought massive destruction to the coastal areas. We'll see all these in the coming chapters and coming videos. Okay. Now, if you see the moisture, there are three processes of the rainfall. Okay, first one is the cyclonic, when the cold air front and the warm air front meets the cyclonic rainfall. And cyclonic are of two types, temperate and the tropical. Then second one is the orographic, whenever the clouds with moisture they tries to go to reach up to the mountain, they will result in the precipitation. And third type is known as convectional rainfall. That is, whenever there is a area which is having high temperature, then air starts rising, and that is why, because of the convection process, the warm air will rise and it will reaches up to the ex- uh, extent where the cloud cannot hold the water, and therefore they will result in the precipitation. So there are three type of rainfall processes: cyclonic, orographic, and the convectional. These all things are written here. See, moisture. What is the moisture? Moisture is actually whenever water evaporates from the land and different water bodies, it becomes water vapor. And moisture in the air at any time is known as humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. And whenever the air is full of water vapor, we call it a humid day. And that is why, as the air gets warmer, its capacity to hold the water vapor increases, because the saturation state will be reached, and so it becomes more and more humid. And that is why on a humid day, clothes takes longer to dry, and sweat from our body does not evaporate easily, because already so much water vapor is present in the atmosphere, and that is why it makes us feel very uncomfortable. Now, when the water vapor rises, it starts cooling, and the water vapor condenses, causing the formation of droplets of water. Clouds are actually the masses of such droplets. And when these droplets of air water becomes too heavy to float in the air, then they come down as the precipitation. And precipitation can be of any form of water, of ice, and you might have seen that whenever the jet planes flying in the sky, they leave a white trail behind them. The reason is that the moisture from this engine condenses, and we see actually the trails of this condensed moisture for sometimes whenever there is no air movement to disturb it. Now, the precipitation that comes down to the earth in the liquid is known as rain, and most of the groundwater comes from the rainwater. And plants help actually preserving the water. And whenever the trees on the hillsides are cut, the rainwater flows down the bare mountain and can cause flooding of the low lying areas. So there is the you know that is why we need to focus on the afforestation in the mountainous areas to prevent the soil erosion from the mountainous areas and to also prevent the flooding on the nearby areas. And I've already told you that there are three type of rainfall: convectional, orographic, and cyclonic. And rainfall is very important. And other form of precipitation are also known as snow, sleet, and hail. We will see in the coming videos. I will solve the exercise. What is atmosphere? It is actually the gaseous layer surrounding the Earth's surface. Which two gases make the bulk? Oxygen, nitrogen. Which gas creates greenhouse effects? Carbon dioxide. Weather is the day-to-day, hour-to-hour changes. Three type of rainfall: convectional, uh, cyclonic, orographic. Air pressure is the actually the pressure of the, see, this is written here, defined as the pressure exerted by the weight of the air on the Earth's surface. Then the objective type question: which of the following gases protect us from harmful sun rays? Obviously ozone. Then most important layer of the atmosphere is troposphere. Then which of the following layers of the atmosphere is free from the clouds? Actually, this the answer would be mesosphere, but as per this chapter, the answer would be stratosphere, because actually stratosphere also have some type of clouds. If you go for higher studies in geography, and if you have geography as an optional, and in the other higher classes, it is already written that the upper part of the stratosphere have some form of clouds. So the actual answer of this third question would be mesosphere, but as per this chapter, the answer would be stratosphere. Now, fourth one is that as we go up the layers of the atmosphere, the pressure will be decreases. Then, when precipitation comes down to the earth in the liquid form, it is known as rain. Then, match of the followings: trade winds are the permanent winds, Lu are the local winds, monsoon are the seasonal winds, wind are the horizontal movement of the air. Now, reasons wet clothes takes longer time to dry on humid day, because the on humid day air is already having uh, you know air is already reaching up to the saturation state, and it is full with water vapors. So that is why cloths water cannot evaporate, and that is why it takes longer time. Amount of insolation decreases from equator towards pole, because the on the equator the earth the sun rays falls directly on the equator, but the sun rays will be slanting or the inclined at the poles, and that is why the amount of insolation decreases from the equator towards the poles. So please subscribe our channel for more NCERT videos and for more GS, GK, and current affairs for all the competitive exams. Thank you.